Harari notes that the covenant, it's a deal. It's a deal that we are born with, but we all sign up for this deal on the day we are born. And it shapes our food, our jobs, and our dreams. It decides where we dwell, whom we love, and how we will pass away. It's how we order our world. And the pre-modern covenant, basically, all of the institutions were upheld by, it was kind of one pillar, and that pillar contained all the meaning and the values. And then it was what they used to provide the superhuman, meaningful pre-modern order, right? So it was lawmaking, religions, and the divine right of kings. And then along came the modern covenant. And the modern covenant was different. It actually had two pillars. And what happened is we as a species, we traded meaning for power. And so the way this works, it also, it's upheld and put together on top of a platform of trust and interdependence. And the two towers, one tower is a tower of facts and science, and the other is a tower of values and religion. The facts and science tower is powered by how-to, and the values and religion is powered by the order that we order the universe in our own mind. And it's focused on our ought, how we think the world ought to be. It's the kind of the values, the religion is based upon what we use to provide meaningful modern order, including things like communism, liberal humanism, Nazism, and capitalism. But it's basically, you have to think of it as we create the meaning. And so it focuses back on we and on individuals and on us. One of the things that he noted about religions is that there's always factual statements inside of a religion. So religion, there's always something within the religion that is open to investigation by science. So it's not basically like a Santa Claus. You cannot have power of order that's based upon something as vague as Santa Claus, okay? So the current modern order is liberal humanism, which is really the forces of humanism, capitalism, and democracy put together. And so then what are the, when we think about the factual statements that support that particular value system is, one of the main things is that free will, that we make we make the decisions, we do everything, and that we do it based upon our free will. And free will has been kind of under attack by the sciences again. And the same thing, it's also based upon the idea that we need the masses, and that we are, and that individualism holds us up, and it's the muscle, the strength behind the whole thing. So basically, that whole modern covenant is really under attack. And so, ultimately, what are we going to see? What is going to be the postmodern covenant? The postmodern covenant actually gets us back to one tower again, or one pillar, and it's based upon trust and partnership. We have no idea what the institutions may or may not look like in that particular circumstance, but it's all about our ought. It's our ought, because what we've found is that we are powerful enough to where our ought, we can actually modify the objective world. And we are working now where we can modify the subjective world. And so our ought, but it's the ought of the ability to kind of have modify babies and do things that we want to do. And so what happens to the museum humans that are still here as the most postmodern covenant grows? And what's the membership for the postmodern to belong to the postmodern covenant? Does it need to be exclusive? Can it be joined at any time? These are the questions that we have to look at. And how do we influence the ought? So in other words, what bridge narrative can we do to get us from the modern covenant to the postmodern covenant? And that's, what is the 21st century narrative? And so let's look at the different institutions. And now we're moving to me and not to Harari, but we want to encourage and we want to judge. We want to judge the institutions and encourage the institutions to basically reduce brutality towards the planet And then we list of items that we can look at there. Reduce brutality towards other species that we share the planet with. We want to reduce brutality towards our own species and reduce brutality towards our own citizens. So we want to reduce brutality and reduce suffering is one of the big issues that we want to do with regards to the postmodern covenant and the transition time. The other thing is that we want a partnership and advantage humility, partnership with technologies. And so that to me is basically the criteria that we have to look for over the period of the next 20 to 30 years. Thank you.